Hello and welcome to the Seniors Lead Show. My name is Tia Diemo. Um, the Seniors Lead Show is about seniors. We talk to seniors about how they got on during the pandemic and what they are doing now to with their mental health and so on and so forth. No topic is there's nothing we cannot discuss. Tonight we have a mom, a grandmom, Mrs. Dorothy Mutendi. She's an avid painter and she joins us to talk about her life. Welcome, Mrs. Mutendi. Thank you for coming on to the Senior Sleep Show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes. Now, for those who do not know you, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, what you did before you retired, and that kind of information?
Okay, I came from Zimbabwe originally. Then I came to Canada 2009. And in Zimbabwe, I was a teacher. But when I came to Canada, I was just doing volunteering here and there and all that. Right now, I'm on disability because I was hurt in a car crash accident sometime back in Zimbabwe. So I'm on disability and I'm in Hamilton now. That's where I'm staying from Toronto.
Oh, oh,
Mhm.
oh, I'm sorry about the accident. What happened?
It was a tire burst when the car was going fast. Then two people died on the spot,
Mm,
and I was the most seriously hurt.
eh, ah,
Mm. Mm.
Agogo, we thank God for your life, We thank God
Yeah,
that you kept your life.
I do too. I do too. Thank you.
Mm. So
Mm.
what do you do during the days? How do you spend your time?
Most of the times I go for short walks and I clean up my apartment, do the dishes, etc., just to keep myself busy.
Mm,
Or I go to visit the sick in the building. Mhm.
Your children, how often do you see them?
I have one son in US in Houston. So I see them mostly during Christmas time, but since this pandemic came, I haven't seen them yet.
Mm, mm,
He has a family there with two kids and a wife.
mm.
Mm.
So who looks after you in Hamilton, Ontario? Who is in Hamilton for you?
There's no one, it's just myself and me alone.
Mm.
Mm.
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, Mrs. Mutendi, is the loneliness. How do you deal with that?
I'm sort of used to it now. I do read books. I do visit some friends in the building and go for short walks. And sometimes I do some, what do you call them, exercises in the day passes.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, yeah.
So the pandemic must have been very hard then for you. Did anyone maybe even call you to check how you were doing?
Yeah, my siblings in Zimbabwe, and I have some sisters in UK as well. They called to check how I'm getting on, and my son in US, he calls here and there just to see how I'm getting on.
Mm, mm.
Mm, mm.
Well, that's really interesting. I have a mom who is also a Nigerian. I,
Wow.
yes, I should call her a bit more often, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure, you should. You should.
So, what about your husband?
Oh, I left him in Zimbabwe. He refused to come to Canada because he had some properties in Zimbabwe. So he's still there. But right now, I don't know how things are going, to be
Mm,
honest,
mm.
because because it's been a while since 2009.
Or was that the last time you heard from him?
We talk on the phone here and there, but things are not the same anymore.
Of course, it's been.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, things
Uh,
are not the same. Yeah.
oh, thank
Mm.
you for attending our arts class. What I should do is I'll join the people who call you to check that you're okay,
Thank you.
because it can be easy when you wake up and it's just yourself and you go to bed and it's just yourself.
Just myself alone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It used to be difficult, very difficult for me. But right now, I'm sort of used to it. And I'm asking myself whether it will be possible for me to stay with relatives or friends or what for some time. It's difficult to understand.
Okay, so how are you able to do your shopping? You does the disability payment cover your rent and your food and things like that?
Yeah, but for groceries, I do the shopping by myself. The rent, I get an allowance just like everyone in Canada from the Ontario Works. It's disability now, all the pension, something, something. So that's how I pay my rent.
Mm, mm.
Mhm.
Okay, have you been vaccinated?
Yeah, I did my first one. I think it was in end of May, and the second one was said to be in July, on the 24th of July.
Mm, okay.
But I might call to get an earlier vaccine, second jab.
Oh, why are you gonna call?
Mm, the, they gave us a number to call.
Okay.
Yeah, for in case I go back for the second jab. But some people were telling me that I could get a second one earlier than the 24th.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I still have to call them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that you were a teacher in Zimbabwe.
Mm-hmm.
When you came here, was that before 2009 or after?
Yeah, that was when I was in Zimbabwe, I was teaching. That,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But when you came to Canada, were you able to work as a teacher in Ontario?
No, it's not easy because of the accent. They are very particular on that.
I hear you're okay. What, they couldn't understand you?
Yeah, it's difficult with and different with the people, the Canadian children or Canadian adults, whatever. They
Mm.
want someone who is fluent in the English and the accent as well.
So they put barriers before you because I
Yeah, yeah,
understand you okay.
yeah, yeah. They do, they do.
So what did you do for work then before the accident?
Uh, Before the accident in Zimbabwe,
Yeah.
I was teaching, like I told you.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were in Canada and then you went to Zimbabwe for holidays and then you had.
No, no, no. I was born in Zimbabwe. Then war broke out in Zimbabwe, and as time went on, my dad and my brother, he was the fifth in the family, were shot dead by these terrorists, whatever you call them. And
Mm,
it took us 2 years to give them a decent burial.
mm, mm.
Mm,
Oh,
mm.
I see. Okay,
So
I'm understanding the sequence now.
yeah,
Okay.
so soon after that, my son invited me to go to US, and things were getting more difficult in Zimbabwe. So I decided to come over to Canada. That was when the Canadian program for refugees started. So I came over to Canada.
Okay. Okay.
Mm, mm.
So what do you do to make yourself happy for your mental health? I know we talked about working, you read some books.
I read some books. I cook for myself. What else? My next best friend is TV and my phone. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
Yeah, I think for most of us is our phone anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
what does a typical day look like for you?
Uh, what do you mean by that?
Um, um, like describe what a typical day is like. Like when you wake up, do you spend it reading first and then you get breakfast, and then you go find a friend, or what does
O-
it look like living in your world daily?
Okay, normally I skip breakfast because I don't want to have 3 meals per day when my exercises are limited.
Mm,
So what I do is normally I skip breakfast, then I have something around 1 or 2 o'clock, then dinner by
mm,
myself again in the evening.
mm, mm.
Mhm.
When you think about life generally, what is your philosophy? What keeps you going? Um, how do you, yeah, philosophy. Do you understand the question?
Try to explain again there.
Okay, okay, do you have a philosophy of life? What's your best piece of advice for living? If a young person came to you asking, what's the most important thing for living a good life? What would you say?
I think the most important thing is to be happy and to be content with what you have, and you eat what you want to eat, not to force yourself to eat something which you don't want. And above all, it's just to be by yourself, to be happy by yourself.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm, mm,
Mrs.
mm.
Mutendi, are you happy?
I think I am, despite the loneliness, but I'm happy.
Hmm.
Mhm.
If you were to write a book, what would the title of the book be?
Uh, what? Let me think. I can't think of any title now. I can't think of any title now.
Okay, that's fine. You described reading a book. Could you tell us about the last book you read?
Oh, it was. I read so many books. So which one was it now? It was. It was. They called it "Stranger in the Night."
Hmm.
It's some kind of romantic novel. That's what it was about. Mm.
We all need some romance once in a while, so I feel you right
Yeah,
there.
I don't miss it, but I read about it quite a lot.
Oh, you don't miss romance, Mrs. Mutendi?
No, not at all. Not at all.
You said goodbye to all of that.
I did. I did. I gave up on that. Mm,
Oh my goodness, it is well. It's so nice talking to you. I've got
mm.
a couple more questions. Do you have any expectations at various points? When you think about the future, can you share what you see?
My expectations is just to to keep happy, to keep fit, and to mix with a lot of friends just as much as I can, like going to church Before this pandemic, I used to go to church and we used to communicate and mix with a lot of people. But now everything is on Zoom. So,
Yeah.
yeah, not much to expect, but just to be happy by yourself. You keep smiling.
When
Mm. Mm.
you think about your parents, your mom and your dad, what is the most significant advice they gave you?
They are late now, but I would advise everyone who has parents to love them deeply because when they go, you miss them.
Hmm.
Mm, mm.
But did they share any sort of wisdom about life with you? Would you remember any lasting lessons they gave you?
They just told me to be true to myself, to be to live the life I have. And what it was, they kept me, they said I should keep happy and not to abandon my siblings. We should always be together. We we keep communicating with each other because we are family.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's what I know and I remember about.
Are your siblings still alive? Do you communicate with them?
Yeah, I do. I have. We were 8 in the family, and one is gone. So we are 7. We keep in touch as much as we can.
Or are you the first?
Yes, I was the first.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Mm-mm, mm,
Oh, I see. It's
yeah.
really interesting. So, where did you get your love for painting? Can you tell us how you started to paint?
No, I was never involved in painting. I started doing it here and I like it so much. Although it's still difficult to grasp, but I like it.
Oh, thank you. It's so like you're an expert. You do so well. And
No, no, I can never be like Corona and Christine and
oh, I should invite
I
you to
love
bring
it.
us your paintings.
Yeah,
Oh,
I look forward to it every Saturday.
oh, blessed, blessed.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
when we talk about painting, would you want some time to interact more with the people there? And also, do you think 1 hour is long enough?
I don't know about other people, but I think maybe 1 hour or 1.5 hours would do.
Okay.
Mm.
You know, Mrs. Mutendi, since you've been coming, oh, sorry, I don't know if you heard that. Since you've been coming, you've not introduced anybody to come and join the painting group. You've kept us all to yourself.
Okay, I tried to. Most of my friends here in the building, I live in a massive building. Most
Mm,
of them are, one is Italian, one is Nigerian, one is from the islands, Dominica, and they seem to be doing what they are doing, although they are much older than me. I don't think they think art or doing something like that would do them any good at all. They are happy doing what they are doing.
it
Mm.
takes a special mindset because people say to us that black people don't paint, and then you are we we
Yeah,
can we can we
yeah,
can
sure, we can, but the ladies I interact with, one is 90, so she can never, and she's Italian. Language is a problem to her. The
mm,
Nigerian, most of the time, she's away with
mm,
her family. And this one from the islands, she's not that type to do any art at all.
Oh, I see. It's
Mm,
okay. I'm really grateful that you give us your time when you come on the painting class
mhm.
every Saturday at 6 p.m. And I
Yeah.
know maybe it's not convenient, but you still, because there's a time difference, is there not?
No, no, it's okay. It's okay. Most of the times I'm home.
Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm,
Okay.
mm,
I mean, it's been nice sharing this half hour with you. I've run out of questions. I feel like I know nearly everything I need to know. So
thank you.
what I want to ask you, maybe one final question is, how
Mm,
would you define a good life? I know you've talked about happiness, so don't mention happiness again.
mhm.
How
I
would you
think
define a good life?
I think good life is y- you eat what you want. You take a nap anytime you want to do that. You go shopping in your own time. No one says you do this, don't go there, don't do this or at that time or what. And just relaxing. That's the type of life I like.
Mm, mm.
Mm-mm.
So if you were to win $1 million today, what would you do with it?
I would buy a condo, then stay there happily ever after. Mm.
Having a read of maybe some romance novels here and there,
Yeah, yeah,
some John Grisham's, Agatha
yeah.
Christie.
Wow. Mm, mm.
Mrs. Mutendi, it's so nice to get to know you a little bit better. We've had a very private conversation publicly, and I
Thank
look
you.
forward to more interactions with you. I thank you so much for coming every
Thank
Saturday,
you. Thank you. You're welcome anytime.
for giving us your time this evening.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you
have
very
a
much.
good night.
Bye bye. You
Hamilton,
too.
Ontario. Good
Okay.
night, Mrs. Mutendi.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.